What's up, you guys? My name is Preston James, and you're listening to The Reflection, where we do just that for ourselves and our community so that we may lead a healthier, more positive, and productive lifestyle. Welcome back. Episode 9 of The Reflection. I have the amazing, the talented Mr. Morales, or Emilio Morales. What's up, dude?
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Will you move that closer to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. My bad. You're good. You're good. Scoot it out.
There we go.
Yeah,
Right there?
that's fine. What's up, dude?
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good.
It's the holidays.
It is crazy.
Yes.
Crazy time.
Yeah.
Busy time.
Yeah. So, context, we teach together. You are the music teacher. And you did the little Winter Academy in the last few days. Actually, last week.
Last week, yeah.
The first 3 days.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, we're on break for 3 weeks, but some teachers decided to do a little extra work, get a little extra money, which is always good.
Yeah.
And you guys had assignments set up for the kids, right?
Yeah, so there was different things going on. They had the contracts, the ACE contracts. So if they had work they had to make up to bring the grades up. They were doing that. There was also a pre-assessment, post-assessment that all kids had to do.
Oh, dang. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So Mr. Perez came up there with a stack of Chromebooks.
Wow.
Yeah. But mostly it was centered around music, though.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, they caught me off guard.
I bet.
I was like,
surprise.
Right. Yeah.
Dang.
They were very short assessments, though. It was not like... It was
like extensive?
3 questions, 5 questions, 4.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So...
a lot of kids turn up? I think I asked you that, but...
I had... consistently, I had 7 kids.
Okay, that's not bad.
But I hadn't picked my kids. So
that's always good, though.
Yeah.
That's good.
And then Miss Neal had her kids working on the mural. It turned out nice.
Where's that at?
In the G building hallway.
Cool.
Right outside her door.
Cool.
Yeah. It's pretty sick.
All right. Ms. Neal is the art teacher at our school. But Winter Academy. So we have 3 weeks off. What are your plans for the rest of the break?
Goal number 1, sleep. Try to sleep in.
Yes.
If possible.
Of course.
It didn't happen today.
Yeah, that's all right.
So it's all right. Just kind of relax a little bit. Spend time with my daughter.
Yeah.
Trying to go catch Moana too.
Oh, yeah. We went and saw that. Ella and I went and saw that.
Was it good?
Yeah.
Nice.
We liked it. You know, it was her first movie, so...
Oh, that's right, yeah.
I was anxious. I was so focused on making
her,
sure...
just watching her.
Yeah, making sure she was good. I couldn't really focus on the movie.
Right.
But it was good.
Yeah.
And the movie theater is full of kids, so, she did great.
Nice.
For an almost 3-year-old.
Yeah.
She did good. She got anxious, too. She was, moving around at the end, getting super squirmy.
Was she?
Yeah, but she did good.
That's good.
But Mia's been before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of times. Her first one was the Lightyear movie. The Buzz Lightyear movie.
Oh, okay.
That was her first movie.
All right. I know there was some, we won't get too far into that, but I know there was some backlash on that movie. Because there was, I think it was 2 guys kissing.
I don't remember that.
Or something like that.
No, I remember something happening like that, but I was like, I was watching Mia. I was really paying attention to the movie. You know what I mean? I'm like, hopefully she doesn't get scared, doesn't get too loud, right? But she was fine. She was loving it.
Yeah, I liked it too. I watched it when it came on Disney.
Yeah.
But I liked it.
I haven't seen it since.
Okay. It was cool. It was good. But yeah, I just remember some backlash going on.
Yeah.
I'm hearing some things.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool. Yeah, going to the movies, it's always a good thing. I know it's cool to have the accessibility at home.
Mm-hmm.
You can rent a movie and it's cheaper.
Right.
We all love that. It's only $20 and the whole family can watch it.
Mm-hmm.
If it just comes out on Amazon or something.
Right.
But there's something about going to the theater and seeing a movie on the big screen. It's like a whole adventure.
Yeah.
Do you remember the comedian Dan Cook?
Yeah.
So he called it a cinematic adventure, where you go to the movies you're excited, you get your popcorn, you stand in line, and then you sit, you watch the previews, you hang out and talk for a minute before the previews come on, and you get to see it. It's like a whole thing.
Right.
So that's the experience that I don't. Hopefully they don't get rid of that, and just because a lot of stuff, a lot of big movies are just coming straight to Apple or
Netflix.
Amazon, Netflix.
Yeah.
So I still enjoy that. I don't get to go as much as I used to though.
Yeah, same.
Life is it's crazy.
It's different now.
Yeah, especially when you got kids and you got 2 jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you play in a band.
Yeah.
What's the name of your band?
Sangarsi.
Sangarsi. Sangarsi.
Yeah.
How long you been with them?
They're gonna celebrate their 8th year anniversary in March, so that means 7 for me. I joined right after the first anniversary.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
that's a long time.
Yeah,
7 years.
7 years. That is a long time. And you guys, you play pretty much every weekend.
Yeah.
Right.
On a good month, yeah.
On a good month, yeah. And what do you guys do? You guys just play like weddings,
baptisms, birthdays, quinceañeras, anything really.
Okay.
We've played like soccer watch parties before, like
a match, like a
yeah.
Okay.
It's like the championship match. Yeah,
Okay.
and then the team that was hosting, or like the fans were hosting it, their team lost. And they're all crying. It was crazy.
That sucks.
But my team won though, so,
so yeah,
I was happy.
You were celebrating. That's crazy.
Yeah, we've had like random events, like AA, like
No.
anniversaries. Yeah.
Oh,
Kid you
wow.
not? Yeah. I didn't know that was a thing. I was like,
Yeah, no, me neither.
yeah, I was like,
I don't know much
what?
about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know a couple people in AA, but I didn't know that was like a
Yeah, they said like I guess they celebrate like their anniversary, whatever.
yeah.
So
Okay.
I'll play wherever.
Yeah, no, that's good. Oh, side note to that, do you know the secret code for AA people?
No.
So if somebody, and this is my first experience. I had it, I'd known about it, but someone had just asked me within the last year. They were like, oh, right on. So are you friends with Bill? Are you friends with Bill? So if someone ever asks you,
Yeah.
are you friends of Bill or with Bill? That's what they mean.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Yeah. So friends with Bill means that you're part of the program, AA. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Yeah. Cool. So you've been doing that for 7 years and you play the keys,
Yeah.
right? So you are, what's the word I'm looking for? You're academically taught. Like
Yeah.
you are
Classically trained.
Classically trained.
Yeah.
That's the word I was looking for. So that's awesome. Not a lot of people are. I want my daughter to play piano. She just started, she starts her primary at her Montessori school, and they have piano practice once or twice a week for 30 minutes. So we signed her up for that.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
Yeah. That's the right age, apparently.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, when I was in college, because we used to have like piano showcase, whatever, like within the department.
Yeah.
And they would like handpick like the best ones. And you see the little bio. And says, oh, I started at 3. I started at 5. Or someone, oh, I started late. I started at 7. I was like, dude, I started at 22.
Yeah, that's okay though. Yeah, it's never
like
too late to start.
catch up, but yeah.
Okay. No, that's interesting. She's got a lot of energy like I do, so we'll see.
Nice.
We'll see how that goes. But yeah, learning something like that too for brain development, no matter what age,
Right.
it helps. Right? They say the brain stops growing around 26, but the things I like to talk about on this podcast too is like, and we hear it all the time, that growth mindset, that's real.
Yeah.
Like if you learn, I just talked about this too. I tell the kids, because a lot of kids don't like math, right? And I get it, right? Math is tough, especially if you're not one of those people that it just kind of comes to you.
Right.
So you have to work at it, like other stuff. But math is more, it's developing a skill, problem-solving skill. So I had a guy I used to work with who asked the kids and myself, what's the number one thing bosses look for when you're looking for a job? And they answered all this, like loyalty, be on time, college degree, all these different answers. And he was like, nope. He was like, problem-solving skills.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's so true. That's so true. Because when you go to a job, they want to be able to give you a task, a duty, a job, and deal with it and figure it out so they don't have to.
Right.
Right? They're paying you to figure that out.
Right.
And so I try to tell the kids, you're developing problem-solving skills. So your brain is getting all these neurons and synapses, however the terminology is for that. And it's developing these pathways to learn how to figure things out. It's not just about the math, it's learning how to figure things out. So when you have something like an instrument or a second language is what they say for brain development, it's really good. So when you know 2 languages, does your daughter know both?
Yeah, she understands both.
Yeah, see, that's awesome.
Spanish,
It's good for brain development.
Yeah.
So your brain's like more, I think, susceptible to like incoming things that's like more open because it's created more room
Right.
That's how I see it. It's like created more space for things to come in.
Right.
Because you can see things kind of differently. And we're one of the only countries in America, I talked about this in my other podcast, we only speak English here. Some people speak Spanish, of course, as a second language.
Right.
But in most countries in Europe, they speak 2 to 3 languages at least.
Yeah.
Minimum. I was like, oh no, my daughter's gonna be speaking. My son too, Spanish. 100%. So classically trained, that's awesome. Wait, how long have you been teaching? I don't even know.
This is my 5th year.
5th year teaching.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, classroom. I did private lessons before that.
I think you did tell me that.
Yeah.
So you went to school, started teaching privately or private lessons while you were in school?
Yeah, while I was in school.
Yeah. And then started teaching.
Yeah.
What made you want to teach?
It's going back to I was in this band with my music teacher many, many years ago. The guy that taught me. And because he taught me privately, one-on-one, I was a little bit more advanced in his ensemble, right? Because they don't get that one-on-one really, because he's teaching in an ensemble. He doesn't have time to break everything down for you, and then and now you, and then no, it's just here we go. Hopefully you guys catch on.
Yeah.
So I caught myself helping him out with others. I'm like, oh no, what he means is this, but I'm breaking it down, and then at first I didn't think much of it, but then once I saw them kind of grow a little bit more and more, find their understanding better, because I helped them, I was like, oh, that's a pretty cool feeling.
Yeah. It is a cool feeling. Yeah.
Like, I can do this.
Yeah. Okay. So that inspired you to want to actually teach.
Yeah.
Officially.
Yes.
That's cool. I love helping people, especially kids.
Yeah.
And then you kind of see that growth or that light bulb.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah.
That's the best feeling.
Yeah.
When someone's struggling and then they caught it. All right.
Yeah. And you help that process.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is a good feeling.
Yeah.
I think that's why a lot of teachers get into teaching. I'd said before too, some teachers out there, and this is the truth, I don't care. Some teachers, I'm like, why do you teach?
Why are you here?
For real, why are you here?
Yeah, you clearly don't like it.
No, and you can see it.
Yeah.
You can see it.
And the kids notice too.
They do. They may not know how to put their finger on it.
Yeah.
But they know.
And then it's hard for them to buy in too.
That buy-in, you get more resistance. Yeah. So, I agree with that 100%. You plan on teaching for the rest of your life?
I think so.
Your career?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, would you want to do that at a school the whole time, or would you want to take it in a different direction of teaching?
It all depends really. If we get budget cuts again and the arts go, you know what I mean? I'll probably be forced to do something else.
Oh, side note. Real quick, sorry. She had heard talk about them cutting libraries out of schools.
You see, and that's going to force her to do something else.
That's crazy. Right? I feel like reading is and stories are the foundation to learning.
Yeah.
So why would you cut out libraries? Did you ever read that book, Fahrenheit 451?
No, I haven't.
Do you know about it?
Yeah, I've
Where
heard
they
of it.
burn all the books?
Yeah.
That's the basic idea. This order, the government, whatever, burns all these books. But that's what that reminded me of.
That's crazy.
It's just in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to not burn, but take away all the books.
Right.
That's crazy. And I don't know if that's because, you just said, budget cuts, cutting off something else.
Mm-hmm.
But what?
Yeah. This happened before with music. They cut a bunch of music programs from schools in LA. So
when I first started we didn't have there was no music.
Yeah, you got there before I did, no?
Was it?
Yeah.
And then when you came, that was the music program.
The last guy left at 2018.
Okay. Yeah, when I got there, it wasn't one.
Yeah.
It wasn't arts.
Yeah, it was just Mr. Dempsey.
Yeah, I was just going to say Dempsey.
And he started with you the same year.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds right. Yeah, I started, there's a few people there. Miss Kraft, Dempsey, Miss Phillips, who she's not there anymore. But yeah, there wasn't really, and I was it really was mind-boggling. There's no arts. Thought that was crazy.
Yeah.
Not to have arts at a school. So I'm glad we have that. So yeah, wait, circling back. So you said you'll stay with teaching unless you see unless something else comes up?
Yeah. But okay. I see myself teaching till I'm old.
Retirement?
Although my students will tell me I'm old now.
Yeah, I know.
How old do I look? 57. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, bro. What? Yeah, they're crazy.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm if a student's oh, you look like you're 25. I'm A+.
Yeah, right. And I'm like, I appreciate you.
You get an A.
During Winter Academy, I forgot, like, because everyone was on like on different instruments. So I'm like circling around the room, and then someone had asked me for something. I forgot what it was. Right? I think she asked for like a guitar pick or something. I was like, oh yeah, I'll get one right now. So I go help some other student on keyboard and then somebody else on the cello, blah blah. And then she's just standing there. She's like, I'm like, do you need something? She's like, the guitar pick. I'm like, oh, I forgot. Sorry, my bad. So I go to my office to grab one, and I hear her tell a friend, oh, the dementia's kicking in.
Oh, they got you.
Yeah, I was like, oh, come on.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're funny. They don't get it.
Yeah.
But it's funny when you say things like that. At least for me, I always look back and I go, I get why I thought a certain way when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And then you also understand why adults said the things they did, or like how they saw things, and they're like, you don't get it. And you're like, because when you're younger, you think you got it all figured out.
Yeah.
Like middle school, like you're just figuring things out in general. But in high school, like you hit 18, you're like, man, I got this shit figured out. Right? You think you know everything.
Nope.
You don't know shit.
Yeah.
I've said this before too, but there's a psychologist, Carl Jung or Jung, famous guy, and he says that basically life is just, you're doing research until the age of 40. Until you hit 40, it's all research. And then 40 is when it really begins, because then you've got all this research and now you know how to apply all that to your life. And I always thought it was like 30. I was like, you don't really know too much until you hit about 30. And then 30, I was like,
once 30 hit, I was like,
yeah, I was like, maybe 35. And then I was like, right? Like, because you're 30, you're like, all right, I'm for sure grown now.
Yeah.
I'm an adult, like
Oh, you think
100%.
so?
Like 20s, you're like, I'm an adult, but am I? Like,
yeah.
But 30, you're like, no, like, this is it.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, it's never ending. I don't know if you feel different when you get old. I don't know. But it's an interesting journey.
Yeah, definitely.
This thing called life. And yeah, you got to do what you want to do. Life is short. You got to do what you want to do. Got to do what you want to do. That's why I started this podcast. That's why I opened the studio, the Laughing Buddha recording studio. That's why I'm pursuing this dream. Took out loans, did all the things that I've done to get to where I'm at now. Is there anything else that you want to do besides teaching? Like, have you ever had, and I know I'd asked you this in kind of a brief conversation.
Yeah.
But if you could snap your fingers, what would you do?
It really all comes down to teaching. That's crazy though. Because I did think about it last time. Because I was like, if I wasn't teaching music, what I'd do? Teach history. Because I love history.
Okay.
But there's not really much out there that I enjoy.
Except for that, right?
Yeah.
That's good. And it's all because it doesn't matter, at least in my opinion, if there's little that you enjoy. It matters the things that you do enjoy that you do and pursue.
Yeah.
Right? We can't. I mean, there's people out there who do. I don't know. They can't. They're always moving on to something new. I have a friend, who just struggles with some things right now and can't figure it out. Just can't. And he's moving on from one thing to the next thing to the next thing. And I'm like, I don't know. I've talked to Vanessa about this too, and I've heard studies and research that suggests that even pursuing something, like you have to stick with something, and then you'll get really good at that. So Vanessa talked about selling something through the business and company she works with. Is that somebody has suggested, oh, we should sell merchandise and do all this X, Y, and Z stuff in addition to what we do and what we do really well. And they were like, no, when you do something and you sell something and you're good at something and you do it very well, like that's the thing you need to focus on. That's the thing you need to do. If you dabble in all these little different things, then you can't really get really good at one thing. And then it's kind of like, I don't know. So I guess that's to say that you sticking with one thing or those two things that you do and really focusing on those is not a bad thing. Some would argue and say and suggest that that's the way you're supposed to do it. Right. So I think that's cool. Yeah. Focus on history or just music. Yeah. So
it all comes down to teaching.
Teaching, yeah. No, that's it.
Because even with music, I had that struggle too. Like I couldn't stick to one instrument. Like I started off. Well, I mean, I guess my first lessons were in 4th grade guitar class, but don't really learn much. Like those little kid songs, you know. It wasn't until like my dad, his friend came from Mexico, and because they grew up together, he's like, oh yeah, he's a teacher. Do you want him to teach you? I was like, yeah, sure. So I started off on saxophone, alto sax.
Oh, so that was at your house, wasn't at school or anything?
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
I did that. I mean, I was taking orchestra in middle school. Did I tell you that story?
Mm-mm.
I got kicked out.
No,
I got
what?
kicked out of orchestra.
For what?
Because I had no future in music, according to Mr. Lemus.
What? See, there's a perfect example. Why are you teaching, bro?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
All because I wouldn't wash his coffee mug. He had like a coffee mug. He had his coffee maker in the bag. He'd be like, wash my mug, make me coffee. I'm like,
Yeah. Really?
yeah. I was like, I'm not making you coffee. I'm not gonna wash your mug. I'm like, my dad doesn't give me orders that way. Think I'm gonna listen to you? No.
That's crazy.
And then so ever since then, he's just kind of like brushed me off to the side, like whatever.
Oh, of course.
I was last chair violin in orchestra.
What does last chair mean?
That you like, no, not that you suck, but everyone,
Yeah, don't say that.
everyone else is better than you. Well, everyone else could outperform you.
Okay.
So, but I didn't even try to like challenge it or whatever. I was like, whatever, I don't care. I didn't really want to do violin anyway.
Yeah.
I really wanted to do guitar. I wanted to be like Kurt Cobain. You know, that was my idol at the
Oh,
time.
okay. Yeah, of course.
Minus the suicide.
Yeah, of course, bro. Dunham.
But yeah, so I learned with my dad's friend, and saxophone. He's like, oh, let me teach you a little bit of guitar. Let me teach you a little bit of keyboard. And then my uncle, who was living in the back house at the time, he was like, oh, now you gotta learn bass. You gotta do this. He's like, because you never know what a band needs. Like, it's good that you know one instrument, but you gotta know all. Because like, oh, we need a bass player. All right, hop on bass. No, we need a guitar player. Now you hop on guitar. We need a keyboard player. Blah blah. He's like, you gotta know everything because you never know. He's like, if you want to work all the time, then you gotta know all these different instruments.
Good for him.
Yeah, he was a really great keyboard player too. He stopped playing now. Because he's just working, but like in his prime,
Yeah,
he was a really good keyboard player.
Back in my day.
Yeah, back in his day. So
that's a good mentality and like work ethic mentality too.
Yeah,
especially if you want to pursue that thing, is just knowing.
Because he was making good money just off of music. He had his like his day job, but like just off of music, he was making bank, and that's when bands used to get paid like more than they do now.
Yeah, it's different now.
Yeah, it's way different.
Right, and even then in like the big media, the big wigs, bands just aren't really as big as they used to be, you know? Like actual instruments. But the ones that are out there are good. Right. But yeah, it's just not like it was like in the 90s or 80s. Yeah. Just even 70s and 60s. Right?
Yeah.
Had like 40 years of a good run of like good quality music. Now it's just, and there's good music, like I said, but it's different.
Yeah.
Now it's more pop, rap, which I love, but it's different. Wait, what you said a minute ago. So wait, I want to circle back 2 things. First, your teacher, so because you wouldn't get him coffee.
Because I wouldn't wash his coffee mug.
Or wash his coffee mug.
Because that's what you're supposed to do as part of the California standards, obviously.
Obviously, yes. Washing, got it. It's part of the curriculum.
Yeah.
So he said, oh, then you don't deserve to be in this class.
Pretty much. Yeah, the conference with my mom was like, you need to switch his elective. He has no future in music anyway. Just put him somewhere else.
Wow.
So I was like, you know what? I'm going to stick out. Because that was like first semester of 7th grade, I think. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to stay here just out of spite.
Yeah.
And then 8th grade, I was like, all right, I'm going to take art.
I would have stayed too.
Yeah, I was like, you're not going to get rid of me that easily.
Dang. That sucks. Yeah, it sucks.
So as soon as my credential cleared, I was like, where is he teaching? I want to try to take his job.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I couldn't do it though. He was dead.
Oh. Oh. Well, that sucks though, that it's even people, not even just a teacher like that, but people are like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he wrong?
Yeah, that would have been funny.
Yeah.
That would have been funny. Oh, I took your job.
Yeah.
That would have been good.
Go retire.
That would have been a good story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Oh, well.
And then, so interesting that you said that about learning different instruments. So I too played guitar.
Right.
Starting out. Well, actually, I was like 9. And I started out on drums because that's my favorite instrument to hear. And even to like with mixing and stuff. I love drums. I love the sound of drums. But I started out and the guy, his name was Saul in Topeka, Kansas. And he kicked me out. He said, because I think it's because my ADHD, I couldn't sit still and I just wanted to bang on a bunch of drums. And all he had me playing was on a little pad. And I was like, no, bro, I want to play the drums. And I didn't understand it. Like, no, I'm trying to teach you. Like, you got to get the rhythm and do all that kind of stuff. And so, but he didn't explain that, I guess, in a way that I could understand at that age.
But at that age, it's hard for you to understand that, though.
Yeah. And
like, you just have to let him play drums. Or like, all right, now let's step back. Let's get on the pad now. But
like, let me get that out and then do it. But you're trying to sit there and control me and put me in this box at that age, especially someone like me. I was like, no, I can't just sit here and do that. So he kicked me out. He's like, just leave. And And then I never went back. And so moved on to guitar and I played guitar. Played in a band in high school, but then I even talk about it in the article that just came out I was telling you about.
Yeah.
I played in a band in high school, and then I came out to Denver, and everyone played guitar, like you just said. Like, too many people play guitar. Everyone wanted to be the guitar hero. Of course. Right?
So they want the attention.
Exactly. Yeah. So everyone wants to be a guitar player, and which is also faded. That whole rock star look of a guitar is kind of faded too.
Yeah.
Right? And anyway, so I just was like, oh, one of my buddies was like, oh, well, my band needs a bass player. And I was like, all right, well, fuck it. I'll play bass. I just want to play in a band. I just want to play music, bro. That was it. Like, that's the love for the music, the love for the game.
Yeah.
So I picked up a bass, and he was like, it's just like guitar. I was like, all right. And then once I kind of figured out the fundamentals of what the bass was doing compared to the guitar,
right,
and in relationship to the drums, I was like, oh, okay. And then I played bass in a band, and that was it. That's all I did. I ended up playing guitar for another band, but that's a different story. But yeah, so bass so I agree with that. Mm-hmm. I think that's cool. Learn different instruments.
Yeah.
And then you're more
always
likely.
Have a job.
Yeah, you always have a job. And that's kind of true, right? But I mean, you play just the keys in your band now, right?
No, I play saxophone like maybe 6 to 8 songs at a party. Yeah, but it's mostly keys.
Okay.
About a tuba. We're gonna try to put that in there now.
Oh wow, tuba.
Yeah, so
that's the big one.
Yeah. So we're trying to expand our genres.
Cool.
So we're trying to be like we're like a jukebox, like whatever you want, we got it.
Oh wow,
we got it.
That's pretty smart too.
Yeah,
that's like the same kind of philosophy as what your uncle's trying to teach you. Yeah. So the people that make requests at these parties and stuff.
Yeah, like we just got a request for like a party in March. They're like 6 songs of like a style we don't play, but we're gonna learn.
Okay,
and we'll be fine.
That's cool though. They told you March.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got it. Like when they signed the contract, we're like, all right, what do you guys want to hear? Like, is there any like special requests so that we have time to learn everything? But if they want to, like the day of, like, can you play this song? I'm like, well, you should have told us before.
Yeah.
I mean, we can try it. We could try to improvise it, but it's not gonna sound the same.
But if it doesn't sound good, that's not on us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, that's like you guys are a brand. Your band's what you do. So like, if you do that and people hear it and it doesn't sound as good, it's like that has an image to it. So
and people are always recording too. So it's like,
that's
gonna end up on Facebook or
that's
Instagram.
Not fair.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, no, I respect that. Speaking of which, bro, lately it's all about family. I love family. I love Vanessa's family. Mm-hmm. And she might even listen to this. But anyways, so her cousin's getting married, which is great. It's awesome. And her fiance Albert's cool. They're awesome. I really do like them. And her son Luca is around Ella's age, so they hang out all the time, which is cool.
Nice.
But they're getting married, and I was like, cool. Of course we're going to the wedding. Why wouldn't we go to the wedding? It's gonna be fun. Right. It's gonna be great. And then I was like, when's the wedding? And Vanessa the other day got an invitation. I was like, oh, sweet, right on. Well, when they get married, when are we going? She's like, oh, in 3 weeks. I said, what? When? 3 weeks. You're kidding, right? You're kidding. Yeah. I've never been to a wedding that's been 3 weeks planned out. When you were talking about doing a show in March, I was like, that's awesome. That's good prep time. That's 3 months away, 4 months away.
Yeah.
Right? When someone's like, oh, we're getting married in 3 weeks, you got to figure out your plans and your outfits and all that. Wait, what?
Yeah, it's not fair to guess.
Bro.
Takes a lot of planning.
I was like, what? I was like, I got irritated. I got frustrated. I was like, really?
I'm not going anymore.
Ariana, I was like, Ariana, really? I know. At first I was like, I'm not going. And then, no, I wouldn't do that. Of course I'll go. But I was like, really? Why? And then the other part of me goes, well, fuck that. It's my wedding. I'm going to do what I want. Like, if you can't go, then you can't go. Yeah. I'm getting married. It shouldn't matter about anybody else.
Right.
Like, I get that side too. But then I was like, yeah, we went back and forth. So I get it on her side. Mm-hmm. And the other part's like, I've never been to a wedding. It's been 3 weeks planned out. It's like, oh. And then they have like what's that called? The bachelorette party on next Sunday. So I was like, oh, I got to watch my kids all day. I was like, I love my kids. No.
Yeah.
But no, I don't mind that. But it was just all of a sudden, right? And it's all over our break. So the wedding is that day before we go back, like Saturday, I think.
Yeah.
And then but yeah. The bachelorette party is, no, I'm sorry. We go back on, no, it's like that. It's within that week we get back.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, dang. And then the bachelorette party is this upcoming Sunday. So my full circle, planning is great. I love planning, especially a big event.
Yeah.
I think should be planned out in advance. But if it's your wedding and you want to do it, you know what? You do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You do whatever you want. That's awesome. So you teach during the week.
Mm-hmm.
You do gigs every weekend. Do you do gigs during the week?
Not since student teaching.
Okay. All right.
That's what we needed money. So we're like,
yeah, student teaching stuff.
Yeah, me and my friend were both student teaching at the same time, and we're both in the band. We're like, well, Tuesday, Thursday, bring it on.
Is he a music teacher too?
Yeah, he's a high school music teacher.
Okay. Oh, we've talked about that. I remember you saying that. Yeah. That's the one I wanted to collab with, right?
Yeah.
The studio. Yeah, we still need to figure that out. Yeah. So mostly on the weekends then.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your biggest goal, a vision that you have for your future? So you want to teach, you want to keep teaching.
Mm-hmm.
What do you see in the future? Like what's something you're trying to get towards? Like what's the end result, the thing that you want to accomplish from your teaching, from playing music, playing in bands, doing these shows, making the extra money, but also doing the thing that you love to do? Because you get the best of both worlds, right?
Yeah.
You get to teach and you get to play music and shows and do all that. What's the end game?
That's a great question. The end game, well, I mean, all this is saving to buy a house.
Okay.
That's the biggest thing.
That's not a bad thing.
Yeah, and I don't know if I want to like keep playing for that much longer.
Like in okay.
Yeah. So we'll see.
What would you do otherwise? Just teach and that's it?
Yeah, because I mean Mia's small now, so like she's asleep, whatever, but like when I'm gigging anyway. But as she gets older, like if she ever says, can you stay home? Like can you like not gig? Well, I'm done. Like, cause she's number one.
That's tough, yeah.
Yeah.
Ella sometimes will say, no, Papa, don't go to the studio.
Yeah.
And it's hard. That's hard.
Yeah. But I also want her to watch me like at least a few times. Because my dad used to be in a band and he used to sing, and he stopped when I don't know if I was born when he stopped. No, I must have been like 1 or 2 when he stopped.
Okay. So you didn't actually get to see him?
Yeah, I didn't get to see him. There's no videos. There's some cassette out there, like a recording.
That's so funny. Like a VCR
but I've never
tape.
heard it. You know, but like
one of the ones where they hold up on the shoulder.
Yeah. I saw a picture.
Okay.
And he's mentioned some clubs that I've played at before too, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
That we've played like the same club like 30 years apart.
Oh, that's cool.
But like, and they say, and everyone that's seen him like sing before, like, oh, he had a really great voice and blah blah this is that. I'm like, really? Because that's not the voice I've heard.
Yeah.
But
that's funny.
So it would have been like cool to see him, you know, to have that memory.
Of course.
Like I've seen my uncle perform.
Yeah.
He's taking me to like some of his gigs, or back in the day.
Not your dad.
But not my dad. Yeah.
So you want Mia to see you?
Yeah.
Got it.
Just to see, you know, like, oh, like, I mean, I'm like, our band's on YouTube. Like, I'll like put videos, but she doesn't care.
Yeah, it's a different age with
yeah,
that.
she doesn't care. She's like, Teletubbies, please.
Yeah, Teletubbies.
Or the little people.
That's funny.
Yeah.
No, but that's a big difference nowadays is technology's video everywhere.
Yeah, so she could go back and watch, but it's not the same. You know what I mean? Like,
it's not the same.
I try to put like some of our music videos on like while she's on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, it's daddy. And she's like, that's cute. Let me go back to my show.
Yeah. That's kind of like Ella. She'll be like, oh, there's Papa.
Yeah.
And she'll go
next.
on the next thing. Yeah. You know what's funny about that? Now that you say that too, is when people are at shows, I want to come back to that house thing too. But people are at shows, what I see on social media and just in general now, even on YouTube, is that people will be at shows and all people are doing is just holding their phone.
Yeah.
They're not involved in the moment.
They're watching it through their phone.
Man,
like,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Like, you want to capture that moment and have it forever, but you're living that moment.
Yeah.
Like, live that moment. Be there. Be present in that moment.
Yeah.
And that's what we used to do because we didn't have that back in the day, in the early 90s. I was telling on that article, again, I talked about my mom took me to my first concert, Bush. When I saw Bush. And I think No Doubt was there too. I can't remember, but I missed them if they were. So I can't remember that. But Bush was there, Gavin Rossdale. Their second album, I think it was Razorblade Suitcase, maybe. That song, Swallowed. But I say that because nobody had their phones out. We were all involved in the concert.
Yeah.
Like you were in it. Whereas, it's just like even some of these shows, like people should be getting hyped and just like getting with the music and going with it. They're just like holding their phone and they're kind of just doing this, if that.
Yeah.
My buddy sent
Some
me
of them
videos.
just like trying to stay still just to get
Bro.
like so they could post it later. But it's like, come on.
That's like, I don't know. I saw my friend went to the iHeartRadio Festival in Vegas this year, and there was like Dua Lipa and all these people and songs that you could like kind of get into.
Yeah.
Like not kind of, you could.
Yeah.
You can. And people just stand there just filming. And I'm just like, that's gonna be hard as a performer and artist to just watch people just standing there.
Yeah.
And you still
boring.
gotta like, you know?
It's like, yeah, you give off the energy, but you also want to feed off the crowd's energy. And if like they're not dancing, it's like, okay, well, fuck me then. Just go sit down. Like,
well, it's like I'm still getting the checks. So
yeah. But it doesn't feel the same.
Yeah, it's different for sure.
Yeah. That's why like Bruno Mars emphasizes like, hey, put your phones away. Come on, dance with me. Come on. Like when I want to go see him at the Intuit Dome, he's like, come on, guys, put your phones away. Like, enjoy the moment. Dance with me.
Bruno Mars a lot.
Yeah.
He's talented.
Yeah.
He's really good.
And then I took Mia to see Blink 182.
Yep.
And Foo Fighters, and she was like super into it. Like, I mean, she doesn't have a phone, you know. So she was like,
ah.
Like
she recognized the same show.
Huh? No, it was different.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, that's a big.
No, because Foo Fighters plays forever. They play like almost 3 hours.
Oh wow!
And like she they start off with "All My Life." That's their opener, and Mia recognized the song. She's like all dancing, right? It's just me and her just vibing, and then by like the second hour, she's like, "All right, I'm gonna lay down."
Yeah, bet.
Like she was still watching it, but she's like, "All right, like I'm tired."
Foo Fighters, man, they've been around for a while. That's another like he's such a big influence in our lives, my life too. Like
for sure.
I just love that he loves music. Like he's not about that dude. I looked it up. I think he's worth like $500 million, something stupid, or maybe like something crazy. And I was like, you could never tell. And it's that's inspiring because a lot of people are get into things for money.
Yeah.
And it's like someone like that who has all the money. It's like, no, it's about the music. He's done. He did that documentary on Sound City or something like that.
Yeah,
that recording
that's
studio.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
And he talks about like the nerdy stuff, kind of like that I like with the recording equipment, like the Neve desk and the certain sound it gets.
Like it's all analog.
Yeah. And so I love that kind of stuff because he was really about that life.
Yeah, he loves it.
And not everybody is. You know, there's artists nowadays, especially nowadays, who are just like they're in it for fame and money and yeah.
No, but he just loves that.
Yeah,
and he's like very family. Well, I don't know. But that's prior to the scandal.
Prior to,
you know, like very family oriented. Like I said, I clearly remember like the recording.
Yeah.
And his daughter just like walks up to him.
Yeah, no, I do remember that. And she just messing with him.
That's something like Mia would do. Like he's like, and they walk away.
I love it.
But like the fact that she's around, and then like they all have their families around, like they're in the pool, and like they take a break from recording, and he goes back, I gotta write these lyrics. And he's like, I thought we were swimming. I think that's pretty cool. It's like the best of both worlds, like music and family.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that stuff when it came out. He was just like, yep.
Not my Dave.
Yeah, no. It's hard. I said that in my previous podcast too. I wanted people to know, like, when I talk about stuff on this podcast about leading a positive life and doing things and pursuing goals and doing those things, I'm not perfect in any way. Right. I have vices. I have things that I get distracted. I didn't release the podcast when I wanted to. Like, I'm not perfect anyway.
Yeah.
And we have to remember that about people, especially when we listen to something that's like self-help driven, like this kind of is, I guess. More of like these people who talk about that. Like, it seems like they are the epitome of what they talk about when that's not true. They're people.
Right.
Like, everyone's people.
We all have flaws.
Right. Yeah, we all do. And he just, that one just came to light. And it just sucks when you're that famous because it's just blown up. Right.
Yeah.
It's just blown up on a different level.
Can't be just like an internal family thing. Like the whole world knows. So
whole world. So that sucks.
Yeah.
But that's another thing. One of my favorite bands, As I Lay Dying, singer tried to have his wife murdered. They are a Christian band.
Oh yeah, you told me about this. I was
crazy.
Like, yeah.
Crazy. I had to learn to be like, wait a second. I'm not, you gotta set that aside. Like, that's crazy. It's like, yeah, but you have to set that aside. Like, I listen to the music. I'm about the music. Right. Your personal life. Like, I'm not here to judge you off your personal life. I got even involved in, the reason I'm even interested in you is because of your music, your craft. So I think it's wise to separate that. And we should stop looking so much into these, at least judging, not looking into, but just judging.
Right.
Like, we see the personal life, like, what? This person's like this? Yeah, they're people too. Right? Things happen. But we listen to them because of their sound. We like what they do. And so if we start mixing the two and saying, oh, I don't like this song because you cheated, it's like, well, is it a good song though? Like, I'm not like, that's fucked up. You did that. I don't agree with that. I do judge you a little bit that, but I'm not judging your music based off of that.
Right.
I'm not, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. That one's tough. Wait, so coming back to what you said about the house. So do you want to always stay in LA?
Preferably, yes.
Why?
But that's all I know.
Okay.
I grew up in LA. Plus my family, like my parents, my sisters, my nieces, my nephew.
Would you want to live anywhere else?
Not really, no.
Okay.
I mean, LA County.
Okay.
LA County. But,
yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, no, I would not want to be like away from family.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah. Because like I had the opportunity to go to UC Berkeley and I was like,
that's crazy.
Don't get it wrong. Cal State Long Beach was my first choice because of the music education program.
Yeah.
But it's UC Berkeley. I got accepted.
Of course.
So I did think about it, but like, nah, I'm gonna be too far. I'm like, they're gonna grow up and I'm not gonna be there.
I know.
I was like, nah.
That's hard. I talked to Vanessa about that because we talked about moving back to Colorado. My family, different. Small family.
Mm-hmm.
It was just me and my mom. I had no siblings. Nobody else lived where I lived. It was just me.
Right.
So that's what I grew up knowing. So I have been able to move freely, literally traveled, done all this, moved out here by myself, didn't know anybody. So that's what I've come accustomed to and have learned. Whereas Vanessa also is different. Just, I mean, she grew up in Riverside, but she's got family out here. They live down in Orange County. So that's who we spend the time with. That's where Ariana, the one with the wedding. So that side of her family, she's really close with. And even moving down here to Redondo Beach area, the South Bay, was like a little difficult for her.
Really?
Yeah, she had done it before, very small, for a very small amount of time in the past. But then she went right back there and even moved, like it was tough. And so just moving somewhere else, like I get it, but I've never, so when you say that, like I get it because Vanessa is very similar. But I, I'm just like, where are we going? Right? Like I moved out here for music, and then my plan is that once I get clients and I have like an established setting within the industry and entertainment and just working with people, I want to live somewhere that's like away from big city, but close enough to I can go there if I need to. So like on the outskirts, I have like this ranch house picked out. Yep. That we've looked at, like a 2 to 3 car garage, open yard, living room, dining room. Like I have this whole vision, and I talk about on the podcast too, being very specific about what you want and looking at it every day. If you have a picture, but just like literally, like just really kind of fine tuning what it is that you see for the future.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you have that for your house. You know what kind of house you want. You know where.
I know like the general area, like maybe like Lakewood, Paramount, Long Beach.
Okay.
That area.
Yeah.
This is so diverse.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one of the reasons I like LA too.
Yeah. Nice backyard. So me could play freely. My own room for all of my instruments. Yeah. Because there's quite a bit. I have quite the collection. I'm still looking to add to it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, practice room would be nice, you know?
Yes, I do. That'd be awesome. Yeah, I want my own little studio room, like
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
And do whatever you want, like your man cave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What, do you want any more kids, by the way?
No.
No, that's it.
I'm one and done, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts?
Nope.
Okay.
Because I wanted a girl and I got first try, so I was like,
yeah, no, me too.
Score.
I wanted a girl too, and I got, yeah. And then now I want one more. We both do, yeah, we want 3. Nice. And I think for me...
You don't like sleeping, do you?
Yeah, I know, bro. It's hard. I know it's tough. We've gotten used to it, though.
Yeah.
But no, I think it's because subconsciously I've had such a small family in my life that my family's not close like that, and like hers is. So not a lot of white Caucasian families are very, very close, like her family, which is Mexican. Like not a lot of white families are like that. They really aren't. Yeah. Like middle America, like I'm not saying that that's like a general blanket term, but in my experience, Mexican families, Latino families are a lot more closer in that sense, which is a great thing. And I didn't have that. So I think internally, subconsciously, I want a piece of that.
Yeah.
And so that's why I want another kid, because I want to have a big family, and I want to be close with my kids. I want to have that relationship with my kids.
And I'm close in age too.
Yeah. Jackson and Ella are only like 16, 17 months apart.
Yeah.
So they're close already. And if we have one more here in the next year, they'll be pretty close.
Yeah.
So I want one more, one more. And I think that's why. I don't know. But yeah, my family doesn't even talk that much now. Like we do, but
yeah,
my mom and I are close. But the rest of my family, it's like seldom. Just kind of, I barely talk to my cousins. So yeah, and it is what it is. But I would like the other. Yeah. I would like to have things where I get to see my family as often as I see Vanessa's family.
Right.
Like, her aunt came over and helped us watch the kids. She cooked us some enchiladas and some rice and shit. And I was like, what? Like, that's what's up, bro. Like, I love that. Yeah. So, and I never had that. So there's a good feeling about that too.
Yeah.
So the vision of the house. So you have this vision of being a teacher. And so what would you use that room for? Do you want to compose music for the rest of your life?
No, I just want to jam out, man.
You just want to jam out. Yeah. Okay. All right. You don't necessarily want to do anything with it.
I mean, if something comes out, it comes out, but
yeah.
Not, but I feel like if I did have that room, I'd have like more opportunity to like compose if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Just pull up Finale or pull up Pro Tools, whatever, just get to work if it's already there. But I mean, something we were taught in like when I was doing the commercial music program at Cerritos, he's like, yeah, songwriting is like just like how you practice your instrument. You have to practice songwriting. So take 30 minutes every day. Like some stuff might come out like crap. Something might be like really good. Like, but you're practicing every day. He's like, you don't sound good every day on your instrument either. Same thing. It's like, so write for 30 minutes. See what happens. Every day.
Cool. That's cool. Yeah.
Shout out Dr. Moss. He's the one who told us that.
Okay. Yeah, no, and he's right. I think that's true with anything you want to do.
Yeah.
If you want to anything you want to get better at. You have to put in the time every day, even if it is 30 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. No matter what it is, if you're doing it every single day, you're going to get better naturally. And then a bad day, let's say that you don't sound that good on guitar today. But to the average listener, you sounding bad to you is not going to sound bad to like me or the average listener listening to you. It's going to sound good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because we're always hard on ourselves.
Yeah, of course. No, and I think that's good to a degree.
Yeah.
Right? That's how we get better.
Yeah.
The lady I spoke to last time on my podcast, she would go to Starbucks or a coffee shop every day for 2 hours. She set a timer for 2 hours to write her book. That was her goal. So she had to go there to write for 2 hours. And sometimes she'd sit there for an hour and 59 minutes. Right in that last minute, she would then get the idea to put something in her book. Yeah. So then she would stay. So then it turned into like 4 or 5, 6 hours.
Wow.
But she would, no matter what. And then not every day was like that, right? She'd sit there for 2 hours and then she'd leave because nothing came.
Right.
But the practice of being there and writing something down, trying to get something out was what she did. And then she finally got it out. So there's definitely a process to that.
Yeah, definitely.
And I know that, some great painters, artists, Prince, oh God. Prince that's all he did was music.
Yeah.
His engineer, this lady who no one's ever heard of, and I forget her name, but she would talk about
you're
how...
not helping.
I forget. I felt bad. But she talked about how he would wake up and just, that's all he would do.
He was great though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what it took though.
Yeah.
Like everyone's, you are average. Nobody's different. Like the difference is that some people are more dedicated to things than others. And they literally put all of their time and effort and focus into something to become great at it because they love it. And they just, or maybe because they don't love it, I don't know. But because they just want to. Yeah. And someone like him, that's why. Every day, that's what he did. She even said that he would do rehearsals for a show, like a sound check. And the sound check would be like an entire concert because he was just feeling it and just into the show. That's what I'm saying. And no one was even there.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of person he was. Man, it'd be great to be in the presence of someone like that.
Right.
Quincy Jones, Bruno Mars is like that, I feel like.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So one day, trying to get one of those in my studio. Yeah. Maybe I've already had one. I don't even know it yet. I don't know. Well, cool, bro. Well, yeah, I just wanted to talk to you and see what's going on. Want people to get or have different perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about having different people on here, having different perspectives, teachers, authors, psychologists, psychiatrists, business owners, entrepreneurs, artists in different ways, painting, music, whatever. And you got both, bro. You got the artistry and the teaching, the education.
Yeah.
So that's it, bro. Do you have any questions for this guy?
What's next?
What's next? I don't know. I'm doing a podcast. My next podcast is on living the Stoic life. We've talked about that a little bit. And then that's it. I'm going to release some more music from my artists on my website. And then just grow, continue to get people in the Laughing Buddha. And that's it, man.
Great spot, by the way. Great spot.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Trying to get more people and clients in here. And once people come in, like I said, once they're here and they get their recording, I think they'll always want to come back.
Yeah.
Feel free to be yourself. It's a good recording. It just is, yeah. So top notch here, the Laughing Buddha. And you get to work with me. Come on.
Exactly.
Well, I appreciate you stopping by.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Of course.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Thank you guys for tuning in as always. I appreciate it. Next episode, what did I say? Oh, living the Stoic life, stoicism in your daily life. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.